So let's talk about this Cardi B situation. Girl, Cardi B went clean off on Twitter. I mean, when she's not going clean off? Like, girl, sis said she was going to delete her Twitter, but she did not. But she said she was going to take a break doing her. She ain't taking a break. She enjoyed this stuff. And I enjoy talking about it every once in a while when she's not getting on my nerves. But Cardi B, you know, was on this. What is this show called? Rap something? I can't remember. It's on Tidal. So it's a show on Tidal, and T.I., Cardi B, and two other gentlemen who are the hosts on the show were talking to Cardi B and T.I. about rhythm and flow, and Cardi B started talking about, you know, female rap.
Telling people the other day, like, it's like, I feel like after me, I'll say that it's kind of like easier for a lot of these female artists. Like, I feel like before me, there was no female rapper that was signed to a label. Well, you know, the ones that already been established. Nobody was signing them.
Yeah, right.
And now everybody's just signing them if you could rap and you got a couple of followers, because nobody want to miss the opportunity like a lot of labels, and people miss the opportunity with me because I went to a couple. I went to a couple of motherfuckers and they say no.
Wow. They said, girl, no, but they saw like what she's been able to do and the return that these folks then got. So now they're all investing into these other female rappers and stuff, trying to get the same return that they're like this the Atlantic is getting with Cardi B. And someone took the clip, edited it, put a title up, and says that Cardi B says that she's paved the way for female rappers. Like, I think a lot of people did not watch the clip. Even if you did not watch the full video interview, if you had watched the clip, you would have heard her explain, like, this is what's going on, like, you know, girl, like, sis didn't say all of that. And there's an article written about it on kingeries.com. Shout out to my girl, Miss Jessica Ray. She talked about it, and she had, like, Cardi B had to basically, like, clarify her statements. Like, she had to go back and say, this is what I said. This is what she tweeted. I didn't say I paved the way for female rappers, but I definitely gave the hood and women hope. Niggas wasn't a collab with female rappers. Labels were signing females and putting them in a shelf and not focusing on them, not giving them proper attention. I'm lying, so why you telling me rappers was giving features to female rappers? What label was pushing a female rapper? What TV music show was inviting female rappers? Only 2 female rappers for years, and one ain't last too long. Now you tell me, I want to see something. I want to know that. I want to know that. Cardi is 100% accurate. She's telling the God honest truth. Sorry to this man. Sorry to how everybody feels about Cardi B, but Cardi B is right. And it's not necessarily like Cardi B and her talent and any of that. It's just these labels saw that they gave this, like, let me break it down. Cardi B has her own audience. She's already curated that. She has these people who are checking out her stuff and engaged in her stuff. So the label did not have to spend as much money on her. Like, they didn't have to spend as much money. She had already built her brand and her name. They didn't have to go and build the image, build the name from the ground up. Like, the stuff that goes on now, like, it's so easy now to do that. Versus years ago where you had to have, like, rappers were, you know, pick. We gotta find a name for you. Like, if they had a name, like, that name ain't gonna work. We gotta do something else. We gotta work on your branding and stuff. But now people are like understanding branding and stuff, and then we can research stuff like easily accessible. So I can build my own audience, and these labels are not really spending as much money. And these labels, sometimes they'll be trying some stuff and see how it works, and it don't. Like, this person with no name, and y'all gonna give them $2-3 million to be able to do what they do, and it does not work. Versus Cardi B is already, she was tested and stuff, and people like her. She had a gang of followers on Instagram, so it's just like, even if it doesn't do well, it'll do something. So that's, yeah. So, and that's sad, I did not see a lot of female rappers, and that's not Nicki Minaj's fault. I'm not gonna say it's Nicki Minaj's fault that Nicki didn't quote unquote open the door. Like, she did give us the image that a female can be out here rapping and rapping. But I've told you all before that it looks as though like Nicki Minaj does enjoy being the only woman in the room. She sounds like one of them folks who be like, I don't hang out with women, they cause too much mess. When she had a whole show that's like be dragging mess all day, Queen Radio. I love Nicki, I think she's extremely talented. But we didn't see too much of that. And Cardi's not lying. But when Cardi came out, honestly, it was just like, great, anybody can kind of do it. Not to say that Cardi's not talented, but it's just like, this person didn't have that much, what's the name, and it doesn't look like they as interested. And look what they've been able to do. Like, look what they've been able to do. Look at the material. And I think some people just did not, don't like Cardi B, and they just was ready to go in about that. And not watching the clip, and Cardi started clapping back on Twitter. And I'm just like, girl, these folks are gonna find they still don't believe you. They still, even with them seeing the clip and you saying it, they still don't care. And you just have to realize that they don't care, and realize that you don't really necessarily need them to care, because they're still listening to your music. I guarantee they still press. Cause I am, okay? But I think that's basically it. I think that, you know, the door is not necessarily, I think the definition of what we think the door, what a lot of folks were thinking the doors was open. But even Nicki is not responsible for that. You know, you got Lil' Kim, Foxy, all these others. Like, the door has been slightly opening over time. Like, there's no doubt that Nicki Minaj is not talented, and you have to mention her when you name female rappers, some of the greats. Like, you have to name Nicki Minaj. But I feel like all of these women have been opening the door and holding the door in their own way, like in their own way of doing it. Like, you got Kim was like, you could be sexy and rapping. Like, all these women have been doing different ways to open doors for so many different type of women, and it's not female rappers' fault. It's these labels and how they view women. That's what it is. So I'm not gonna find energy to be like, well, Nicki ain't open the door for nobody. That's not Nicki's job to do that. If she chose to do that, she can do that. But we can't be out here blaming Nicki and for that. Like, girl, something she didn't have no control over. Like, these labels ain't. These labels want money at the end of the day. When they found out they was able to make money off of female rappers, they started to do it. Doesn't mean that female rappers weren't out here rapping and doing this stuff and spitting. Just mean that these labels were not interested in investing in, for obvious reasons. So move on. Let's talk about Mr. Van Lathan. Girl, Mr. Van Lathan. Girl, it's a lot going on. TMZ, if y'all didn't know, I've been telling y'all that TMZ got some. That's why I kind of like stopped doing those little things with TMZ. And I love them sometimes. I quote them on kingareese.com, but TMZ has been known to have a lot of folks who work for them and who run the company to be very conservative and have very trash politics. So this veteran TMZ person, Van Lathan, y'all remember him last year when he gathered Kanye West live on air for the slave comment that he made. Like, Van got him together. So Van apparently got into it with one of the other folks on the show, and the guy name is Babcock. Girl, what type of name is that? And apparently Babcock said some stuff, some conservative mess or whatever, and Van, felt some type of way. She was like, no, we ain't gonna do that. So this is what's going on. This is what has been alleged. Sources say that Lathan confronted Babcock in the newsroom after the segment and told him that there would be trouble if he ever embarrassed Lathan like that ever again. Insiders say Lathan met with the site's attorneys and he was suspended. He was dismissed a few days later, we're told. Now, I did see what is alleged to be the video of Van touching and talking to the guy. And baby, when I tell you, the way that Van grabbed him and stuff, ooh, it didn't look good. It didn't look good, and I don't know, because there's something way how black people engage and talk with her. Like, bro, I'm gonna pull you to the side. Like, this ain't cool. That if it's done to a white person can easily be like, oh, I feel uncomfortable. And how we see stuff, how often things are portrayed, and how we see whiteness affects how we feel when another person is doing something to a white person. That's why a white woman can cry and get her way. And that's why a white man can sit here and be trash and not be held accountable. But the way he grabbed him, it was like a little bit, it made me cringe and made me uncomfortable. And Van, the way he was talking to him, like it was easy to portray him as like this angry, like mean, like situation, or like what's going on. But Van is responsible for a lot of TMZ's success. Van is like funny. He's knowledgeable and stuff, and I hate this for him. I don't think Van really meant no harm. I think he was just probably tired of some mess that been happening. So he tweeted on the 21st and said, "I'm okay, promise you guys, seriously." I think he's fine. I don't think he impressed about that. He probably was tired of what was going on behind the scenes, stuff that we didn't know about. And he's just like, you know what? That was the last straw. So Van doesn't work there no more, and they got this other black guy that is supposed to be taking Van's place. That lets you know where TMZ stands on the issues. Surprised, but so shocked, but not surprised. Surprised, but shocked. I don't know. I don't know how. Whichever one you want to use. But it's TMZ. So with that being said, girl, let me go ahead and tell y'all about this Todrick Hall tea that's been going all around. Girl, Todrick Hall. Todrick Hall name has been talked about for the last 2 weeks. There was a dancer who used to work for Todrick Hall and did a project, or like 2 projects with him, that accused him of not paying him. And also accused him of being a colorist and saying some kind of trash stuff. So the dancer created a whole thread. Check it out on kingofreach.com. It's up there. And now, you know, Todrick Hall has responded to the guy, and he was basically telling him, like, girl, you could have reached out to me a different type of way. And the boy said, yes, I did. I sent you text. But there's been a long history of Todrick Hall not paying people. There's all type of stuff on Reddit about him not paying folks. I've been hearing about this, honestly, when I did my blog about Todrick Hall, after he tried to call me out on that video. I've been heard all of this tea. And I knew all of this. Honestly, somebody on my Facebook page had told me something like this was about to rear its ugly head very soon. I never did run with that, because I know if I would have said something like that, Todrick Hall would have been able to use, like, look at him, he's jealous. Look how messy that is. Because it's so easy for you to speak facts and people will say, oh, that's being messy, he's jealous. And girl, I'm not jealous of anybody, honestly, because what's for me, I will get. And I'm getting that shit now. Period. So like I said, I knew this information and stuff, but I just didn't see the need to like use that. And I want people to think that I was attacking Todrick Hall. But even when I said what I said about Todrick Hall like a year or so ago, people were not ready for that. I've been telling y'all about Todrick Hall for a minute, but it's all in jealousy. People, I hate the word jealousy. I hate it so much, because the people who always say somebody's jealous of them are always the ones who are truly jealous and can't get their stuff together. I hate the word jealous, because I don't like to use that somebody's jealous of me, because I really don't think that what I have is a lie. And I'm thinking that some other people can accomplish it with the same work ethic, or with the same thing if they really want it. So I don't see people being jealous of me. I don't see that. I don't want to give that to somebody so quick. But Todrick, that stuff happened, and then you had a whole white guy who started dropping all types of things about a lawsuit, started talking about some sexual assault, talking about that Todrick was putting his hands on people in inappropriate ways. Like, they had all of this tea that they're saying and alleging that Todrick Hall has been a part of. And girl, the Taylor Swift fans are like, girl, keep her name out of this mess. I am curious to see where this will go. But I'm not gonna be following it like that, because this person said that they saw Todrick Hall do some stuff that was inappropriate, but they have not held Todrick or said anything to Todrick. So I'm just like, I can't trust you using something like that as a way to promote you. You need to be giving this information to the right people and just tell what's going on. But it seemed like you're trying to wait till you drop a video or something like that. And it's just like way too much. It's just, no, man. It's like, you better tell us, girl, go to my website to get all the tea. And folks do that mess all the time. People do that mess. They like, oh, the White House is in shambles. Find about it in my new book. Like, girl, we gonna suffer because you try and make some money off of this mess instead of just telling us what we can do to protect ourselves. But Todrick Hall is not, he's ignoring this stuff. He ain't said nothing to my knowledge. Girl, it's just interesting seeing everybody like, it's interesting seeing how people are like, oh girl, I can't be messing with Todrick Hall, versus a year ago, all these folks was like, oh, these people are mad at Todrick because Todrick don't doing way better than them. And that's like, girl, at what expense when you can't pay people? Todrick Hall, I have never had an issue with paying my folks. Like, you got a big team, you get millions of views, you supposed to have somebody that's taking care of your stuff and getting these payments done. First of all, a dancer should not be jumping up, going that high on the totem pole to get their money. They need to be talking to your assistant. So you need to get your image together, because girl, this ain't cute. Y'all be right here gassing him up because he putting on Bone Quisha her and stuff, and he out here ain't paying his people. That don't make no sense. It don't make any sense. But that's Todrick Hall, and that's how he operates. That's unfortunate for him. But girl, that is a hot, flaming, like stinging pile of crap, because Todrick Hall should know better. He's been in the game way too long for this stuff to be going on, girl. But you know, that's my thoughts on the mess, girl. That's all I got to say about that. I want to give y'all a sickening Kingery's TV video. I know this one, I'm gonna drop this in 2 parts. You ain't no way in the head y'all getting this in 40 minutes. But I'm gonna do 2 parts of this video. Make sure you watch part 1 and part 2. I love you all so much. Thank you all for checking out my content, for engaging with all of my new videos and all my new stuff. I got a lot of stuff to catch up with you all, so I'm gonna be working. And girl, y'all can expect me to be probably resting tomorrow or something, because girl, I gotta get my throat back to 100% because I can't be talking like this. Check out all the content. Make sure you go to kingeries.com to check out the latest articles and stuff. I love you so much, and make sure you're getting your tickets for the watch party for Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12 on kingeries.com/shop. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you later on tonight. Bye.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Woo. Woo.